Whether you consider hotels an integral part of your overnight vacation or just a place to rest your head at night, there are many things going on behind the scenes that you're unaware of. You might see housekeepers pretty infrequently and think of them as the people who bring you extra towels and make your bed, but they're privy to all sorts of things that you have no idea about. We'll share some secrets that housekeepers know better than to share with their guests, and they might make you think twice before laying on that hotel comforter. We hope you enjoy your stay with us here at the Hub. Before we show you to your room, be sure to press that subscribe button and enable notifications to make sure you get the most out of your stay. They touch your stuff. Obviously, one of the basic rules of housekeeping is to avoid touching the guest's things. However, that's actually easier said than done. See, most people tend to leave their stuff all over the place, and this gets in the way of housekeepers doing their jobs. So yes, if you leave your stuff on the bed that needs to get made, they'll have to move it. Ditto if your stuff is all over a floor that sorely needs to be vacuumed. However, once that seal is broken, some housekeepers admit to actually trying on clothes that guests brought with them. So if your sweater seems to be a little bit stretched out when you get back to your room, that could be why. Some also confess that they've snuck a peek through a guest's luggage, if it looks like they might have something interesting. And they may give your toilet a quick scrub, but they're also not afraid to use it as well. Especially when things are busy, sometimes it takes too long to run to the employee bathroom, and why should they, when there's a perfectly good toilet right there? If anything, warming the seat up for you could be considered a complimentary amenity, and going above and beyond in terms of customer service. Coffee maker. Few things are better than starting off your day with a fresh cup of coffee. Of course, that coffee tastes even better when it's free and made fresh from that pot in your hotel room. Well, not so fast, because do you have any clue when the last time that coffee pot was cleaned was? Yeah, your housekeeper probably doesn't either. Some housekeepers have admitted to using the same pledge-infused rags they use for dusting to wipe down your coffee pot. So if your morning cup of coffee has a slight lemony hint, that may just be why. When 28 hotel coffee pots were swabbed, over 4 million colonies of harmful bacteria and mold were found lurking in the pot, on the spout, and in the coffee pod compartment. Coffee makers are a warm, moist environment, which makes them perfect for brewing a cup of coffee or cultivating mold and bacteria. If a housekeeper notices that a coffee pot hasn't been used, she'll generally thank her lucky stars that there's one less thing to do and move on. However, there can be internal standing water inside the pot, meaning that it should be run every couple of days with a cleaning solution just to be safe. Unexpected sources. There are a few hidden spots that you might not know about that can potentially be dangerous. Instead of tossing your stuff on the floor, you might opt to set your suitcase on the luggage rack like a civilized human being. However, if the luggage rack is made of wood, you might want to avoid it. Bed bugs are a huge problem in many hotels, and since they're evolving to resist poisons as fast as we develop new methods to get rid of them, they're especially difficult to exterminate. If you spot a wooden luggage rack, set your luggage on the non-porous bathroom floor instead, provided that it looks relatively clean, of course. Unlike the carpet, bed, and luggage rack, the bathroom floor is likely cleaned pretty often, so it's a safe place that will make sure you don't get bed bugs to bring home with you. Another surprising source of germs is the TV remote. It makes sense if you think about it, since it's something that everybody touches, but nobody actually cleans. There's also the possibility that a careless housekeeper moved it back into place right after they touched something unpleasant. They're laughing at you. As long as you smile and act polite towards the housekeepers, they'll do the same to you. Heck, in the interest of keeping their jobs, they'll smile and be kind even if you're rude. However, there are a few things that hotel guests are known to do that give hotel staff a chuckle. Microwaves and safes don't have much in common, and most hotel rooms contain both. However, many housekeepers can tell you that more than one hotel guest has confused the two and angrily demanded to know why their microwave wasn't heating their food. If the housekeeper is a pro, they'll keep a straight face and then laugh at you later with their fellow employees. Another source of employee mirth is the Do Not Disturb sign. Look, if you don't want clean towels, they're not going to force you to take some. But you can't have it both ways. If you put that sign up, housekeeping will skip your room. That seems pretty simple, but many guests are shocked that housekeepers don't magically know that they still want their rooms cleaned, even though their actions demonstrate they want the opposite. They're not always there. It seems like housekeeping is always there when you need them, so most people don't realize that most hotels don't keep a cleaning person on staff 24/7. That's right, housekeepers stick around until the last room is clean, and then they generally take off. Sure, there's a front desk attendant who can grab you towels or supplies if you really need them, but you'll want to schedule your messes for during housekeeping hours. Front desk staff generally aren't trained or well-versed in cleaning as housekeepers. They also have to juggle answering the phones and checking in guests, so they're not going to be as prompt to fulfill your request because they simply don't have the time. Not to mention that many housekeepers leave as soon as their last room is taken care of, and management encourages them to be speedy by giving them a limited amount of time per room. If you know you're going to need extras, be sure to ask housekeeping for them in the morning or early afternoon while you can be sure they're still around. Take the soap. If you've ever waffled with the decision about whether or not to take home your unused soaps and shampoos from your recent hotel stay, go ahead and grab them guilt-free. Now, we certainly don't advocate stealing things like the iron or luggage racks because hotels can and will bill you for those if they go missing. We're talking about things that hotels actually want you to steal. These include toiletries, pens, and those handy little notepads you'll find by the phone. In fact, hotel staff have a saying that goes, if you want something stolen, put your logo on it. They hope that the next time you write a note on your purloined notepad or suds up with their soap, you'll remember the wonderful time you had at their establishment. You might feel sneaky swirling away extra soaps, but you're really just buying into their marketing strategy. Looking for more stuff to take home with you? Hotels generally keep a supply of trial-size items, such as shaving cream, razors, and toothbrushes on hand, absolutely free. All you have to do is ask a housekeeper or the front desk staff. Most people don't do this because they aren't aware they have the option. Avoid fees. Hotel stays can get pricey, and paying money when you don't even get to stay in the room you booked is the worst. Most hotels charge cancellation fees if you need to change your booking last minute. However, there is a way around this if you're clever. Keep in mind, this only works if you booked your stay directly through the hotel and not via a third-party website. Call up the hotel and politely ask if it's possible to change your reservation instead of canceling it. Likely, the hotel will be able to accommodate your request and push it back without you incurring a fee. See, most fees kick in if you're canceling 24 to 48 hours before your stay. So if you're going to move your reservation out of that time frame, then the next time you call, ask to cancel, and it's likely that it can be waived without a fee because of the new cancellation date. Now, obviously this depends on the hotel and the flexibility of the front desk staff, so it doesn't hurt to be as polite as humanly possible. This is especially helpful if it's a hotel that you do stay in a lot, as your file will let them know that you've been a good customer in the past. Shortcuts. Very few of us can honestly say we never take any shortcuts during our workday. Don't forget that housekeeping staff are human beings and want to get their job done and clock out. When it's a busy day and management is breathing down your neck and guests are clamoring for an early check-in, you can believe that a lot of corners are getting cut when it comes to cleaning. The bathroom is one place that's easy to simply pretend to clean. Housekeepers have been known to just run the shower and rinse down the tub instead of actually scrubbing it out. Ditto with just turning on the tap in the sink. If it's not done too often and the bathroom was in decent shape to begin with, it's unlikely that any guest will actually notice. While some guests really do dirty up the carpets, many don't, and some housekeepers even just make a few vacuum tracks on the rug to make it look like they meticulously vacuumed every inch. Oh, and cleaning and replacing those drinking glasses is a chore, so they might just get a quick polish with whatever rag is handy. Snooping. The staff at your local hotel probably aren't above snooping, but it may not be as bad as you're thinking. When you book a room, the front desk gets all of your personal information, making it a cinch to look you up on social media. Sure, they may just snicker at your vacation snaps, but they can also use it to get valuable information. Higher quality hotels will use this info to enhance your stay, if it seems that you have a preference for certain things. If your Facebook claims that you're a baker, don't be surprised to see fresh cookies available in the lobby when you check into a nicer hotel. Those files they keep about you contain more information than you're aware of, as the front desk staff will often take copious notes about you and your stay. If you're a good guest, you have nothing to fear. But if you're a bad guest, well, you could just find yourself blacklisted. And not just from this hotel. Hotels generally share information with one another, meaning that if you upset one hotel, another one down the street may be reluctant to open its doors to you as well. The blankets are filthy. The good news is that unless you're staying at an extremely low-end and unscrupulous hotel, the sheets and pillowcase are changed after every guest. The bad news is that is not the case for the comforter. Before you plop down on top of the soft, fluffy top blanket, you should know that those rarely, if ever, get washed. Comforters are expensive, so keeping tons of extras just isn't practical. They're also bulky and take a long time to wash and dry, so any time one is in the wash is time that room can't be rented out, meaning the hotel is losing money. Unless there is a visible stain, there is no way housekeepers are going to spend time removing, washing, and replacing the comforter. Not only do the clean sheets protect you from making contact with the comforter, but from the pillows as well. That's right, you probably shouldn't peek under your pillowcase if you want to be able to sleep. Gross, stained pillows are frequently dressed up with nice pillowcases and kept in use. Not only are pillows expensive to replace, but frankly, most guests don't ever take the pillowcases off, so it's easy to keep them looking fresh, no matter how gross they truly are. The next time you head to a hotel, avoid the comforter and splurge on a cup of Starbucks in the morning. Keeping tons of rooms clean and in pristine condition is a huge challenge, not to mention physically draining, so cut your housekeeper some slack your next stay. Thanks for checking out The Hub, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Bye for now.